guys, welcome to my channel. It's Brenda from Planty Pants, and welcome to another planty video. It is beautiful outside today. It rained this morning in Maine. Yesterday it was like 85 degrees in Saco, Maine, which is pretty much unheard of this time of year. So it's beautiful, and we got some outside work done. So today I'm going to be doing a collection video of what I have for Philodendron. And unbeknownst to me, I ended up with about 15 different kinds. The thing I love most about Philodendron is that they're easy to grow, they're fast growing, and there's so many different kinds that don't even look like each other, so it's hard to even tell they're Philodendron. So, with that said, if this is the first time you've joined me, welcome to my channel. I do all plant videos. Feel free to like and subscribe, drop a comment if you have a comment about any of my content. I appreciate it. I always love to get feedback. This is a learning experience for me. I've been collecting plants for as long as I can remember. So without any more hesitation, let's get the party started. My first philodendron that I want to show you is called Philodendron Macaulay's Finale. This philodendron I got in a group of 5. I did an unboxing video, gosh, quite a few months ago now. It's my anniversary, by the way. It's been a whole year that I started my channel, so I'm pretty excited about that. And this is my 43rd video, so I'm going for it. But this is one of the 5 that I collected, that I bought from a website called Glasshouseworks, something like that. And it was a surprise purchase. You got 5 philodendron starts, and this is one of them. It was much smaller when I got it, and she looks like she's doing pretty good. I have her in kind of indirect sunlight. I was a little bit concerned because the last leaf that came in was a little bit wonky looking, and it needed help. It was kind of stuck in the sheath, so I had to help her out a little bit. So she's a little bit weird looking, but oh no, wait, it's this one, sorry, it's this one here. So it's a little bit discolored. I don't know if you can see that, but it came out okay, and it's continuing to grow. So I love the color of the leaves when they first come out. They're a really beautiful purple color, then they turn like a darkish greenish purplish as they get older, as the leaves mature. Very beautiful plant. I love it. It's a pretty slow grower in my opinion. It's not one of the ones that grow fast, but beautiful nonetheless. To be a great addition to your collection. Really, really pretty. It kind of reminds me of Prince of Orange, except the leaves, instead of being orange, are this really beautiful burgundy color. So, Philodendron Macaulay's Finale, numero uno. All right, number 2. Everybody's favorite, Philodendron Brazil. I love these plants. They're super easy to grow. I just love the way the leaves look. You get so many different shades of green, and sometimes they will all look like this, and other times you get leaves that look like this one with all the different shades. I absolutely love Philodendron Brazil. They're super easy to grow, super fast growing. They like to trail, so you can grow them long and trail them up a wall, or let them put them on a shelf and let them hang down and trail. Beautiful, beautiful addition to any family for philodendrons. This plant is super easy to grow. One of my favorites, just because they're so gorgeous, not too thirsty, just like the Macaulay. Actually, most of my philodendrons, they only get a drink like every couple of weeks, you guys. They do not like to be wet. And the soil I have them in is my chunky mix. Most of them, if not all of them, well, all except for one I have to water thoroughly every single week, but all the rest, like every other week, every 10 days maybe, just check them out every week to make sure, but most of the time they're not going to need a drink every week. So, Philodendron Brazil, how beautiful is that? I love this plant. So, so pretty. The leaves are just, in my opinion, and because they're so readily available, you can get these at almost any big box store, you guys, and the leaves, the leaves are just so stunning. Look at them. They're so beautiful. I love this plant. I have 2 or 3 of them just because I love them so much. This is one of the plants that I have multiples of, only because I can't get enough. Philodendron Brazil. All right, number 3 is my Philodendron Brandy. I did a video with this in my propagation video because it was getting really tall and the leaves on top were really small and stunted looking, and I always wanted a brandy because you see pictures of brandies and the leaves are really big. But this is about as big as I can get my leaves, you guys. But you can see where I cut it. I cut it right here. You can see. And this is the new growth. So she's growing pretty good. She's coming, you know, she's continuing to grow. But I just love the leaves on the brandy, and I think they're beautiful up close. That's why I really want big, huge leaves, but it just hasn't happened for me yet. And to be honest with you, I think I might just have to come to terms with the fact that I do not live in the part of the country or world where I'm gonna get big, beautiful, giant leaves. I live in Maine, and I keep my house as warm as I can and as humid as I can, but it is difficult, and I put them on moss poles, and next week I'm going to be doing an update video about my moss poles and my prop boxes because things are happening. It's pretty exciting, but it takes a long time. You know, I see videos of some people who have these beautiful I don't know, whatever, alocasias, philodendrons on poles, and a year later, you know, the leaves are like this big. It just doesn't happen for me. So yeah, so this is a Philodendron Brandy. I just think they're beautiful anyway. Absolutely beautiful. Really slow grower in my experience. So Philodendron Brandy. All right. Next 2 I want to show you are actually propagating right now. I think I did a video on where I cut back my my Philodendron Red Emerald. So this is the top piece of that, and she's got some nice roots. She's ready to be planted. I'm waiting because I have other top pieces, not top pieces, but other pieces in another start. Well, there's one right here. There's one in here. But I want to do a whole pot of them, so I have a whole pot of them instead of just one stalk. But so this is a red emerald. They're really, really beautiful. Actually, let me show you. The leaves get bigger as they get older, you guys. See, this is oh look, this was just one leaf. And that's how big they get, and they're really beautiful. But this is ready to be planted. Maybe I'll do a potting video next week instead. But really beautiful philodendron. The leaves can get really big, and they're absolutely stunning. Actually, I have another piece in here too. Wow, I have quite a few pieces in here, you guys. And they're all ready to go. Oh my goodness. Aren't the leaves pretty though? They're really beautiful. All right, so there's one philodendron in here, but also a couple of years ago, I bought a beautiful philodendron Birkin back when they were really hard to find. And I paid way too much money for it, way too much. And when I got it, God love him, the man who sent it to me had just started his business, and he had no idea what he was doing when he packed it. And it was a mess. Half the leaves were broken off, and I was really crushed. But anyway, this is what's left of that. But Philodendron Birkin is a really beautiful philodendron. I don't know what those dots are from. Probably too much water. But as you can see, she's starting to grow. I'm going to wait until the roots get a little bit longer and then pot her up. But that's what the leaves look like. They're typically, the veins are much darker. It's a very beautiful philodendron, very easy to grow. I had one before the one that I bought. I think I gave it away or I sold it. But this one that I bought was so gorgeous, and this is all that's left of it. I don't know what happened. I think I overwatered it, probably. That's what I do. Okay, so there's 2 in there. Then I have this beautiful Philodendron Gigantium. I bought this for obvious reasons, because I want the giant leaves. This thing has done nothing but grow since the day I got it, and I bought it on Facebook Marketplace at some purge group. And it's this leaf just finished opening up, and there's another one coming right here. So This plant has done nothing but grow since I got it, and the leaves are getting bigger and bigger. I have it under grow lights, and I just love the looks of this plant. I think it's really beautiful. It's a statement piece, super easy to grow. This one I do water every week. It's pretty thirsty, I've noticed. But look how big that leaf is. Almost as big as my head. Pretty cool, right? It's called Philodendron Gigantium. All green, yet gorgeous. Okay, next, you guys, I'm going to show you this one. If I can get it out. Oops. All right, this one I cut off. It's called a Philodendron by Pedifolium. I got this one because the leaves are kind of shaped like horseshoes, and I think that's really cool looking. And I just noticed when I pulled this one out that I got a little pup down here. These are really easy to grow. They grow really fast. I cut it back because it was getting long and spindly, and I have another one growing. You can see I cut it back right there. See it? And this is all new, this whole piece. So she's coming back just fine. That leaf isn't quite done unfurling and hardening off, but I really just love the shape of the leaves on this. I think it's also called like a horseshoe philodendron. And as the leaves get more mature, they get even more shaped like a horseshoe. But I think this is a really beautiful philodendron. I love it. I think anyone can grow it. They're not easy to find. I got it, I think, on Facebook Marketplace. I got a lot of my plants through the years on Facebook and different purge groups and $10 and under groups. You can get some really good deals. Just be careful, but because I've gotten some not so good deals, but for the most part, they're great people. And there's also trade groups if you're interested in that. There's all kinds of plant trading groups, which is really fun. And I do that too. So yeah, Philodendron by Pedifolium. Beautiful, beautiful philodendron. This I have in bright indirect light. Most philodendrons kind of like, most can do low light, but some prefer like a bright indirect light. Never direct light, but bright indirect light. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and show you my Hartley Philodendron, which is the very common philodendron, and they call it heartleaf for obvious reasons. The leaves are shaped like hearts. This is one that I had in my living room that I had trailing up a wall, and I recently painted, so I had to take it down, and I am needing to stake this up differently because, as you can see, I've got this really long piece and I need to deal with it better than I'm dealing with it right now. So probably after I finish this video, I'm going to be restaking this one, maybe in a different kind of trellis, or putting it in a heavier pot and putting an extension on this green trellis, which I have more, to make it taller and make the pot that I put it in heavier so it will hold the bottom, because it really doesn't need a bigger pot. It's only one piece. Even though it's split into two, it's only one piece. So these are really beautiful plants, super easy to grow, and I have lots of new growth on it. So these are super easy to find, and you can find full baskets of them. This is like a larger leaf one. They also have small leaf ones, and I have one in my sunroom that my daughter gave me years ago that I just cut back to nothing like 8 months ago, and it took off, and now it's huge, but I'm not moving it because it's everywhere. But the leaves are much smaller than this, but it's still a Hartley Philodendron. So this is great for beginners. Y'all, I know this looks kind of wonky right now, but it's a beautiful plant. Get yourself one. All right, my next plant, I'm sure you'll remember, is my Philodendron Gueldii. And I don't know if you remember, but I did a video a couple of months ago. And I dropped this plant as I was filming. Oh my land! And I broke one of the leaves off. And now today, yesterday as I was going to water it, I noticed that this leaf right here is bent right here where my finger is. So while you're here with me, I am simply going to stake this up because I don't want, and I don't want to lose this leaf. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. See? I'm thinking that if I put a stake right here, and if I wrap gardener's tape around it, that I might be able to get it to callus where that boo-boo is and kind of heal. I've done that before with tomatoes outside. Honestly, I don't know if it's going to work, but it's worth a try. So I'm just going to do it with you. It'll only take 2 seconds. I already stuck it in there. I already stood it up. So here we go. I really don't want to lose this leaf. It's that simple. I don't. Oh, dadgummit. I don't want to lose it. So I'm wrapping it around. I'm wrapping it up. Hopefully it'll stay. Just like that. What do you think? This plant, I love. The more mature the leaves get, like see this one has like 5 leaves, right? Look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 leaves. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leaves. Isn't that a beautiful plant? And I think it probably won't get much more than this, but this plant to me is absolutely stunning, super easy to grow, and it's a pretty fast grower too. But I'm kind of concerned, see how they just lay like that? I feel like I was gonna put one of these in here. Tell me what you think of this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that in there. Just because I don't want to break anymore. Philodendron Red. Beautiful, beautiful plant. I love it. I love it. Gorgeous. I have 2 of these. I have one at work now. All right. And then the next one I want to show you is Philodendron Lemon Lime. So it's almost like a Hartley Philodendron. Oops. I just knocked a plant over. It's almost like a Hartley Philodendron, except for the leaves are lemon lime color. Really, really beautiful, hardy plant, easy to grow, not very thirsty. Once every couple of weeks I give it a drink. And I will say about this one, once in a while you'll get a really cool, look at this right here. See this leaf? Look at the dark green on it. Isn't that cool? The rest is just, you know, like lemon lime, different colors of light green, lime green. But then I noticed this, so it's like, interesting. But this is a really beautiful plant, super easy to grow. Excellent for beginners. These are kind of easy to find, I feel like, but super cool. Philodendron Lemon Lime. This one I have in bright indirect light. All right. All right, so next we have, remember last week's video, plants I'm trying not to kill? I told you I had another Philodendron Moonlight that was doing better. It's this one. This plant I got from Glasshouse Works as one of those 5 philodendron. I already had one, but the one that they sent was bigger and it was in better shape. And honestly, I was beginning to give up on this plant because it hasn't done anything since I planted it, which has been like a year. But I just noticed, I don't know if you can see, that little teeny weeny growth right there, right in front of my finger, right there. See it? It's starting to do something. So hallelujah. This again is sort of like Macaulay's Finale and Prince of Orange. I got the long tapered leaves. This one's not too spectacular with the leaves, but it's pretty and I like it. Philodendron Moonlight. Okay. Now, also what I got from Glasshouse Works is this Philodendron Hope. I think it's also called Celium. This plant's really cool. I like the leaves, and I've seen pictures of this plant with gigantic leaves and they're huge, and it's like, oh, why can't mine do that? Again, it's been like a year at least. Not a lot happening. I think probably this leaf is new. Yeah, it is, but you know, it's a really nice plant. Maybe I should check out the roots. Maybe I should put it in new soil or something, because it's really not doing too much, but it is a beautiful plant. I do love the leaves, and it's called Philodendron Hope. This one I have in almost a lower light. Almost a lower light. All right. Then I have, again from Glasshouse Works, Philodendron Jungle Boogie. I am assuming I'm going to lose these two leaves because that's pretty much all I got when I got the plant, and it wasn't rooted at all. It just had a node. I love the shape of the leaves. I think they're really cool. And recently it started pushing out this new growth. So to me it looks like two new plants, but it's not doing too much. I just watered this a little bit yesterday. These leaves have been this color. I know they're supposed to be all green, but it's been this color with the red, the orange color for a long time. I feel like it's just going to be that way. It's not even dying or anything. But so this is called a Jungle Boogie. But it's really a cool philodendron. One day it'll grow and become magnificent for me, I'm sure. All right, let's see. What have I forgotten? Have I left any out? Oh, yes, I have. I've got 2 or 3 more for you. This is my Philodendron Silver Stripe. Now, when I bought this plant, I literally bought 1 leaf and 1 node. And you can see it's grown quite a bit. These are expensive too. I think I spent like $15 on a node. I don't know, sometimes, see how beautiful it is just with 1 silver stripe, but as it's getting more mature, look what it's doing. I'm not sure if, because it's in my IKEA cabinet, I'm not sure if this is because it's getting too much sun that the stripes are getting big. This leaf looks really cool actually. See what it's doing? It's putting out more white and some pinkish in the middle, and it looks like it's, I don't know, certainly, I don't know, but I love it, and I think I might chop it. Chop it and prop it. But I do love it. It's in my IKEA cabinet. Philodendron Silver Stripe, just because I wanted to have it for my collection. The leaves are really beautiful, and again, they're heart-shaped, so this one does like the sun that it gets. Let me get rid of that. All right, I have 2 more. Of course, you can't have philodendrons without a philodendron micans. I've got a couple of different micans. This is one that was struggling. I bought it at Home Depot or something for a song, but the leaves, the thing I love about the micans is that the leaves are like, I don't know if you can tell by looking at this, but there's a sheen and they're as soft as velvet. And they are absolutely stunning. I mean, they're so beautiful. But like I said, it wasn't doing very great when I first got it, and I put it in the IKEA cabinet, and it really came around in the cabinet. So I just recently took it out of the cabinet because it looked like it was doing so much better. And I think I made the right choice. I'm going to put it in my sunroom where there's plenty of humidity, and maybe cut off a couple of these leaves that don't look that great, just because they're not going to get any greater looking if they don't look great now. And yeah, I think these plants are gorgeous. I just love micans. Love them. They're beautiful. And they're not that easy to find, but they're easy to grow, I feel like. I did have this one really interesting thing happen to my mican. I'm just going to show it to you because it's very unique. Okay. So this mica I have in my other window, and it went through this stage of, you see on the leaves those little tiny dots? Well, look at the back. See those little dots? I don't know if you can see them. Wait, let me do it this way. Yeah, you see them now? See those dots? Many of the leaves had those dots. You can see the dots. So, and the dots were like little tiny droplets of what felt like nectar. And I thought it was those little, what do they call? Something nectar foliage. I can't remember. I'll write it down and put it down here for you. But that's what I thought it was because all of them had it, you know, literally almost all the leaves. And then I did some research and people are like, no, Philodendron mica don't do that. And other people are like, yeah, they do. Mine's done that. And that totally is what it was because the plant wasn't dying. It just simply, the sap or the nectar, internectar foliage, something like that. It just dried up and went away. So, and the plant just continued to grow. So this is a really beautiful one that I have on a trellis that I have in a whole different window. And she's doing pretty good, actually, except for that leaf. So yeah, that can happen. Totally can, because it happened to me. And it lived and it was fine. All right, so the last one that I want to show you is one of my favorites, and I just got it recently, and I do love to play in the dirt. This is called a Philodendron Red Diamond. Now, the reason why I got this, first of all, was because I've never seen one before in a box store, which is where I got this, and because of how big and beautiful and luscious the leaves were. And it had so much new growth. And since I've gotten this, and it's only been a couple of months, this thing needs a thorough drink every single week. Thorough. Ever since I've gotten this, I think I've gotten like 4 new leaves. This is a new one. This is a new one over here. I'm trying to think. Maybe just 3. But look how spectacular this plant is. It's called a Red Diamond Philodendron. It needs bright, natural light. Yeah, Red Diamond. I had to look it up because I never even heard of it. But isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? It is. Yes. Super easy to grow. I left it in the same, it came in this pot, y'all. And it has like that sphagnum, that moist sphagnum peat, like peat. And it's doing all right. It's continuing to grow, and I love it. What I have noticed since I got it is that some of the leaves are getting little tiny dots on them. See? Not really sure what that's from. I haven't noticed any nectar, so I don't think it's from that, but it's a beautiful plant. Check out your local greenery, your local big box store, and see if you can find yourself one of these babies, because they're gorgeous. So that is what I have for you today. That's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my presentation of my Philodendron. I have a few of them, and I really enjoyed showing them to you. So if you like this video, please drop me a comment, click on the notification button so you don't miss my videos. I do one every week. And subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It helped me out immensely. But until next time, take care of yourselves, be kind to one another, and God bless.